Whatever that shit is, that's what I know.
I mean, dude, I don't understand why it's becoming something so difficult. Mm. You could remember. Mm. Mm.
Man, I don't know, man. Yeah, make sure that the only keeps running around.
can't occur in trading range because I mean that's the only thing that it just would make sense
to follow this way. Oh.
$72.
Oh. Oh.
Mm. 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 Hmm. Hey, what's up, Alfred? Did you catch that trade at the open on the Nasdaq? Did you were you able to catch that? Mm. Nasdaqistan. I've done 20 tours. Well, Alfred, I mean, I know you say you just went long, but the shorts might have been a better option. I think this thing's about to break down short. Well, I mean, unless the Nasdaq breaks above 730, unless we get a break above 730 and it holds above that, price is rejecting from supply right now. Yeah, what's up? So you didn't trade at all last night? Shit, I did, man. Well, technically I didn't because I don't know. Gold missed me. Like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I had two good setups on gold. It missed me going long, and then it missed me going short. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that. You know, I just don't know how to feel about that. Had a great opportunity for a long. Had a great opportunity for a short, and then price missed me on the short, on the long by 2 points, and then it missed me by on the short by 1 point. And then I come back to the charts, and gold hits my other limit order at 11 o'clock at night. The one time where I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. The one time I don't revenge trade and stay up all night, it's the time when it actually freaking works. And I'm like, you know what, man? Something's got to give, man. At least be consistent. That's what makes it feel personal, because when you do certain things and you're just like, okay, I won't do it this time, and then all of a sudden, like, it just works. If I stayed up an extra hour, Not only would my my entry would have got hit, but you know, and I'm gonna show you the I'm gonna show you what I was talking about, because I had my limit sitting at like 27.9. So yeah, like right here, 27.9. This one gets filled, and then we get this big drop. Oh, actually, no, that's not it. It's this one right here. So if I stayed up an extra hour, it would have got filled. I only would have been 3 points in drawdown, and I would have got this big move down. So, I mean, it was just frustrating last night. It just seemed like gold did not want to fill my orders at all last night. So it was very frustrating. Or at least fill it when I was actually at the charts. So we'll see if we can get price to fill this order, and we can get our target filled here. We'll see. But I am going to focus more of my energy. Well, actually, I'm just going to focus purely on gold with a little bit. So 80% of my focus will be on gold, and 20% of my focus will be on the Nasdaq. I'm looking at the Nasdaq right now. Good long on there, Alfred. Good long, and that was a good decision. Yeah, because if we get above 730, we should see a squeeze. We should see it. Should see it. Nah, nah. 20%. 20%. I mean, I can't sit here and completely disregard Nasdaq. I mean, god damn, dude. Damn. All right. Oh, so the 15-minute range is already complete. Wow. It chops. I didn't even realize we have a small 15-minute range on gold. Like, this is the 15-minute range right here on gold, the 15-minute range. So, all right, so we got the 15-minute range on the Nasdaq too. Man, getting pretty tired of all this. This type of price action is it's horrible. It's just horrible, man. You're gonna switch to June? Yeah, well. Yeah, usually the rule of thumb is just trade the contract with the most volume. I believe these CME actually provides that information on their website, so you know exactly when you can switch. Let's see if I can just find it without let me see if I can just find it. Volume and open interest. All right. Well, I don't really know how to navigate through this website, so let's just do a quick Google search. All right, so here's the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq. So this is the June contract. So it's not going to tell me the volume. Oh, volume and open interest. All right, so right now the June contract. All right, so the March contract still has all the volume. The June contract only has 51,000 contracts being traded right now, currently. But we all know that with this low volume, we know that the moves are going to be really big. We know that. We've seen that. But yeah, there's only 51,000 contracts being transacted on this contract, and 200,000. Actually, why did I do all that? What did I do all that for? I have the freaking, I have it right here. Okay, why did I do that? All right, so we can add futures. Is it? Hold on, is it the June? Okay. Well, that's interesting. Right now, looks like the daily volume is neck and neck, according to NinjaTrader. So that's interesting that they're showing different. It's different data. That's interesting. Well, I guess that's the data Friday. Okay, so they're showing me Friday's data. I guess they haven't updated it yet. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. All right, so we got 5 more minutes into the 9 o'clock algo. We don't have anything in terms of news to watch out for. The only thing that I see. Not really. It's not. It hasn't been refined yet, so no. But no, I guess no. No. Okay. So yeah, the only thing that I see is that at 11 o'clock Central Time, we have Trump is speaking at a conference. Around 1 o'clock, we have NVIDIA AI conference. Looks like at 1:30, Trump is speaking. So from 1:30 to 2:30 Central Time, we have Trump news. And so basically this entire block right here is Trump and NVIDIA. The market could slow down around that time. So if you can get any trades in now, I guess it will probably be the best option. This looks like the market is not really doing anything. All right, so it looks like the bears are holding that 730 level on the Nasdaq though, like I kind of figured they would. At least they're holding it for right now. It doesn't mean that we can't see a breakout, but until they get above and close above 730, that's the breakout for them. I mean, we could see price breakout and reject it around like 780, 775, 780. The high, the major swing, the current major swing is around 805. So as long as price stays under 805, we have to give the bears the benefit of the doubt. But bears do suck. So, I mean, if you're long right now, I completely understand because bears suck. But we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Bulls have control above 805. If we can get a break and hold above 805, we'll probably see. We can probably see price potentially travel all the way up until like 880. I see another area of supply right there around 880. So you see how like complicated thing? Yeah. Is that trade bait? Okay. Well, see, I don't trade bait though. So I don't get those pop-ups. But yeah, I had to think about it because I forgot. I don't use that I don't know why. Well, okay. I have this market analyzer right here that gives me great information and I just don't use it. But I think a lot of that is gonna change. A lot of that's gonna change. Yeah, and that shit did that too right there. So that entry actually hit at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I'll just keep it to gold because yeah, Nasdaq is just stupid to me. Okay, so that's a 9 o'clock algo. We're starting to see some. Damn. Look, damn, Nasdaq. Damn. All right, so it looks like the bears they held that they held 730. It's like for right now they're holding it. Well, I mean, Yeah, it does look like 775. Yeah, it looks like the market wants to target 775. You know what? Mm, mm, Okay, this is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. 775. Huh? 775. So if it yeah, okay, 775. So I got limits sitting on Nasdaq. 775. Yeah, I guess I could do that, huh? See, it keeps bouncing off of the 20 EMA on a 3 minute. Okay. So I'm gonna keep the chart trader hidden just to keep the charts clean, and I'm gonna place my limits on a different screen so I can just keep everything clean. But these are my two Nasdaq trades. I'm looking either for the market to go long or I'm looking to go short at 775. You see, the one thing about New York, for whatever reason right now, is that a lot of the setups happen outside of New York. Like, it really does. And yeah, it just seems like nothing wants to happen during New York now, which is very interesting to say the least, because that's where the most volume is going to be in the market. And we're not even seeing no movement at all. We're just seeing chop. I mean, there's decent amount of liquidity in the market right now. We have well over 200,000 contracts. Well, I guess that is kind of low for the Nasdaq, though. That is kind of low. That is low. The Nasdaq is normally trading around 500,000. This is decent volume from the ES. That's great volume for the ES. But this is low volume for the Nasdaq. I apologize. I realized that I was looking at the wrong one. It's almost 500,000. It's almost 500,000 right here. But we got less than 100,000 contracts on the NQ, that's low liquidity. It needs at least to be at least 200,000. So we have a lot of volume in the MNQ for whatever reason, and we have low volume on the Nasdaq on the full mini. So that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Maybe with all the volatility, a lot of people are just moving away from the full contract and just going to the micros. But that's interesting. That's interesting. All right, so let's see if we can get let's see. And we're not necessarily seeing anything in the option data as well. The option data is pretty light right now today. It's pretty light. I have it set to where I'm only seeing contracts at or above the ask price for the NQ or for the Qs. And it's a bunch of mixed data right now. We got people buying calls. We got people buying puts. Obviously, the market is undecided about which direction it really wants to go in, because overall, I mean, this leg is super bullish. I mean, I don't think nobody can argue that. Now, this is a very bullish leg. This is a very, but overall, the market is in a downtrend. The market is bearish. So I can understand why market participants are trying to short into this pop, because it's bearish overall. But we all know the bears suck. So we'll see if this short is gonna work out for me here. We'll see. We'll see. I guess I just have to have faith in it. I'm getting pretty close to being filled in my gold short, so we'll see what happens with that. Got that pop up. Congratulations, bro. Or break out to the upside. So we got the gold breaking out to the upside here. I mean, that was a weak break though, because I mean, like I said, gold right now, it has a small 15-minute range, opening range. It's pretty small. I think I'm going to focus on the initial balance. I'm gonna take the initial balance trade today, or at least I'm gonna try to, or at least that's the trade I'm gonna focus on, because yeah, that's the trade I'm gonna focus on. Dang. So apparently I had an opportunity with gold to take a trade, and apparently I missed it. I mean, stuff like this always tends to happen when I'm not necessarily paying attention to it. Or these types of trades happen when the range is too small and I disregard the range. For me, I don't like taking, like, kind of like right here, when the range is this small, I disengage from the markets, because to me, it's a gamble. If a pullback is going to work, I mean, I can't say it's highly likely to work. It usually works when you're not taking the trade yourself. That's when it works. But when you take the trade, we all know that it doesn't work. For whatever reason. Don't know why that works, but that's how it works. So yeah, I had an opportunity for a trade and I just missed it. So you say you added size to it? Like I said, man, that's pretty bold. That was a pretty bold ad. I'm glad it worked out for you. I'm glad it worked out. Yeah, because you got that pop above 730, and that was the Bears last line. Well, it's not the last line of defense, but that's the area where the Bears kind of want to hold, because they didn't hold that area. Well, now we're seeing a lot of people getting stopped out of their positions right now. But I mean, the Bears are still trying to short into this move. And this is what I'm looking at, just so y'all guys understand what I'm looking at. It's right here, 730. You see where they broke is the pivot, and then this pivot is the initial area where the market breaks structure. It breaks this structure right here, and it breaks this structure right here. So the Bears are definitely going to want to defend this area, and that's why the Bears had to get above this area to tap into that sell side liquidity. for a potential move higher. And now that we've broken this area, I guess now they have to break and they have to hold it. They have to break and hold now. But bulls are being very aggressive right now. They're not letting it go. Structure.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, that doesn't need to change it or nothing. Congratulations, man. Hopefully, our boy Smith did the same. Hopefully, our boy Smith.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yo, congratulations on that, cave trader. Congratulations, bro. For whatever reason, I keep losing my ticket to Pan City. Every time I buy my ticket, I lose it. Or the market or every time I pay my ticket, it seems like I'm always missing the bus. But congratulations, man. Mm. I mean, that shit does that. Yeah. One contract, one MNQ contract. And our boy Cave Trader makes it to payout. How many trades are you taking per day, though, Cave Trader? Are you just taking one trade per day, or are you taking multiple trades? Yeah. Yeah, I recall that. Excuse me. All right. So you take an average of 4 trades per day. You know, I've been kind of considering that too. If I reduce my size, I can take more trades, but well, I guess I think I would just hate the fact that I guess I would just hate the idea that if I have a good trade and I'm up like 20 points, I'm just gonna think about how much more money I would have been up if I traded my regular size. And it's always a constant internal battle with that, you know. Always a constant internal battle between what I should do and what's possible. I mean, of course, man. Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, is already doing the trade I'm looking for already. Mm. I mean, we still got 8 minutes until oh. Okay. Well, like I said, like I don't know why, man. But, man, at least I mean they got close, but hmm, yeah. Hmm. special. Like, 507. All right, so we got about 4 more minutes until the initial balance is completely formed. Okay. All right, one more sec. Oh shit, one more second, 1 more minute. Oh boy, what a slow day. Slow as per usual for New York now. I wonder if New York is the new Asia session. Like if the timelines got mixed up and the Asia session is the New York session, the London session is still the London, and now the New York is the Asia session because this price action is horrible. All the good price action happens overnight. or I guess what I should say is the decent setups that happen. The decent setups happen overnight. And it looks like New York is either going to chop or continue that move. Okay. All right, so the initial balance is now formed. Mm. Mm. Okay. Okay. Oh, shit, I didn't even pay attention. Did I get filled on my? Of course, the Nasdaq didn't fill me. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. All right. I've been dealing with that a lot lately. But I guess we'll get over it. We'll find a way to overcome it. Yeah, I guess if it does do that. Dang, look at all this red. God dang, dude. Look at all this red. Look at all this selling. All right, so I got filled on my Nasdaq long entry. I'm in on Nasdaq. So, but I'm not gonna watch Nasdaq. Like I said, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm more interested in what go. Well, okay. My stop is at 620. Just keep a. So I'm not necessarily interested in what the Nasdaq does. Yeah, that could definitely be a possibility. I mean, it would have been nice if this thing would have just felt me short. Because now I kind of feel like I'm fighting the momentum of the market right now. Not like that's a bad thing, but or it's not like it's like abnormal for me to do. But, okay. I want to see how the market reacts in this area. You can just leave it there. You can just leave it there. Hold on, what do you need? Okay. Mm, damn. Mm. Mm. Damn. Oh shit, I forgot all about that NQ strike. I probably got stopped out. Of course I got stopped out. Of course I got stopped out. Of course I got stopped out. Man, I don't, bro. Like this thing literally stopped me out at the tick, man. That's kind of crazy. That's crazy. It stopped me out and then it's pushing higher. Dude, dude, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? Is my stars out of line or some shit? The fuck? This thing stopped me out literally right at my I think my stop was at like around 17 or something like that. I knew it was underneath this the initial balance low. I knew it was underneath it, but all right. But yeah, apparently my stars are out of line or some shit because man, the orders that I am getting filled with are the ones that fucking lose, and the ones that win are the ones that are getting missed. And I don't understand that. I don't understand why that's happening. And it's frustrating. It's disappointing, really, man. It's disappointing. You say you've been focusing more on the longs. Yeah, I mean, I don't think nobody would blame you for doing that, Alfred, because you know the Bears, they only show up when they. Yeah, these Rainbow Bears, they never follow through. They only show up to get in the way. Like literally, that's all they show up to do is just to get in the way. That's it. Damn. So I lost $200 in that move. I wasn't supposed to. I was only supposed to lose $180, and somehow I lost an additional what, $40. Nice one, Nasdaq. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so I was only supposed to lose 162 actually. So I wonder what happened there. I literally lost. What is that? 40? I lost it. How the hell did that slippage? That couldn't have been that much slippage. Yeah, I lost an additional $50 in this move. That's interesting. All right, man. Okay. All right. I guess I just have to keep on jabbing at this, right? It feels that way, man. I just took like 3 losses in that account, man. I don't know, man. I really don't even know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I lost half of the value of that account. Let me just change this back, because obviously, let me just change this back. 'Cause dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on, dude. All I need is dude. I have yet to make $150 for the payout, and I've lost $1,800 in this account so far. I have no clue what the fuck is going on. I really don't. I really don't. It just seems like every trade I'm taking is just a loser. Don't know why. So, it's just been frustrating. Well, I guess let me just be very clear, because it doesn't really provide. It's really a misconception. It just seems that the orders that I'm getting filled on are losers. The ones that would have been winners are the ones that are getting missed. That's a more accurate statement. Honestly, I don't even know. I don't know where it even came from. You know what, Rut Kid? And I don't know, man. The biggest emotion I'm trying to avoid is regret. Trying to avoid regret, because if I regret something in these markets, then it's going to be the fueling force for my next bad trade, because I'm going to remember the trade I didn't take. And I guess it just wouldn't be closure. I guess I wouldn't have the closure of that trade. It's like, man, I could have taken that trade. I could have won, and I didn't do a certain thing. So I mean, that's why I don't do too many things that require a lot of movement. That's why scalping is just not my style. At least not anymore. When I first started out, yeah, I mean, shit, we scalped all day, but it's just not my style anymore. Um, Especially now with the only a few of these prop firms with the having the consistency rule, and I just kind of logged into that. I know TPT is like still the only one with the you can take your daily payouts if you know scalp it. Eh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Excuse me. I would just prefer to get in at a good entry and have price go to my target so I can have closure on the trade. If I scalp, for me, I don't know when to stop because I just want to keep getting that dopamine hit, dopamine hit, dopamine hit. I just want to keep feeling that hit. The trades don't last long enough. I just made so much money in a short period of time that I'm gonna get in again. And it's like I think the biggest thing about scalping is that I don't know when the scalping is going to work and when it's not going to work. And I understand that just managing the position and moving stops to break even and all that other stuff and blah blah blah. Like I said, that's too much movement. That's too much movement for me, and I don't like it. Well, I mean, I don't get into a trade to get out of it immediately. When I take a trade, it's for the long haul. I'm looking for a big move. So every time I open up a trade, that's always going to be the reason why. I'm not opening up a trade for a 5-10 point. Nothing. No, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but that's not when I'm opening up a trade because what I'm trying to do. The whole point of this is to become comfortable. So once my account grows, I can take the same trades, but instead of with 5 micros, I could take this with like 5 minis, get the same results with more money. I mean, that's the bigger picture here. And at the same time, and if I want to move forward and become a teacher of this or how to demonstrate how to trade, I mean, anybody can sit here and scalp. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but scalping is not something that newer traders. That's a more of an advanced trading style. Scalping is a more of an advanced trading style. If you're an advanced trader, then scalping is probably the strategy for you. But I don't know. I just don't really see I just don't see the benefit of that. So I don't tend to do it. I want to be able to pass this on and. No. like I said, I don't. For me personally, kind of like what Alfred said earlier. I mean, it's probably that's probably a part of it too. My mind is wired to solve complicated problems and perform complicated tasks. Scalping is not. That doesn't do anything for me. In my mind, and like I said, there's no disrespect to anybody, but in my mind, it's like shit a monkey can. Or actually, there's a chicken on Instagram that trades. A chicken can actually just throw on a couple of contracts and get lucky. My mind is not wired to solve problems like that. My mind is not wired to solve problems that anybody else can solve. It just doesn't seem, it doesn't find meaning in that. My mind finds, or I guess maybe my ego. I guess I can just call it that. My ego finds fulfillment solving complicated tasks. No, I'm not here. I mean, I'm not saying that I want to sit here and discover how to cure or solve world hunger and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. What I mean by complicated tasks, like complicated mathematical stuff like that, tasks like that, where it's like complicated and I really need to think and strategize in order to get the results that I want. That's what my mind is wired for: strategy, execution, efficiency. I think we're all wired that way, or at least we're supposed to be that way, but that's what my mind is going for. Scalping doesn't do that for me.
Mm. Mm.
Honestly, if I just had more patience, I mean, a lot of my entries are tops and bottoms, or current tops and current bottoms before the next swing. That's usually where my entries are. It's just that at the time I don't know that it's the current or that it's going to be like the high or a low. I just don't know it. And I find that that's a lot of where a lot of my entries are, because of because I'm trading at close to supply and demand as possible. But hold on. Radio silence. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so happy to see that, Investor Z. I definitely agree with that, Alfred. I definitely agree. Nasdaq. Nasdaqistan. How many tours has everybody done in Nasdaqistan? Nasdaq. Nasdaqistan. 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 All right, we'll see. We'll see if we can get filled here and we can get some of that bounce love that see if we can get some bounce here. I mean, I guess the only thing I can do is kind of go back and kind of, figure out, try to ascertain why the hell did I not get the results that I wanted to. I mean, so why? I mean, it's like, dude, it's, honestly, as I look back at the charts, I really don't understand this, man. I don't understand why I do this. Why do I do this? Why do I do that? Why do I do it? Why do I do it? Oh, why do I do it? Why do I do it? Why do I do it? I have no clue. Well, shit. I mean, that's like super range right there. If this thing breaks structure, it's gonna run all these stops probably. Man, I just realized this. I just kind of like, I don't know why. Anyway, this like broke structure to the upside, and then swiped the liquidity above that high, and then it crashed down. I should have paid attention to that. So I guess what I was really thinking about in this situation, what I was focusing on was for the market to kind of pull back and hold and continue higher. I didn't expect the market to come crashing back down, but I was kind of looking at this leg right here. And this is why I kind of put that line there, because that's kind of where it broke structure right there for a potential bounce. But I was looking at the wrong freaking leg. I was looking at the wrong leg. I think, yeah, so I was looking at the wrong leg. This is the leg that broke structure right here. That's the leg that broke structure. This is the pullback, and this is the continuation. And that's why when the market swept the liquidity underneath that low right there, and now I'm just seeing like, dude, I just look back at the charts. And it's like, dude, like, where did I go wrong? And then my mind instantly showed me I was looking at the wrong freaking leg, man. I was looking at the wrong leg. I was looking at the wrong freaking leg. Man. Okay. Okay. Man, that is just so close, man. That is just so freaking close. That is so close. That's so close. I don't even want to take that trade, man. It's so freaking close. I would prefer, I mean, if this thing is going to go, if price finds its way back up here, I would prefer to try to get into this long somewhere. That's actually pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate, Steve. If I can understand what makes the market move, then I can make better decisions. But it's just that's why I'm only focusing on I'm just only gonna focus on gold with a little bit of Nasdaq. I'm not gonna focus too hard on Nasdaq. Because I really begin to overthink when I trade Nasdaq. It's like, well, shit, if I get in here, what's gonna happen if I get in here? And Nasdaq likes to overshoot and crap. Well, because eventually, what I wanted, like I said, what I want to do is I want to really start trading size, kind of like how we used to before the market just became crazy. Get back into trading size, trading like 5 minis on gold and getting entries like a couple ticks and drawdown entries. But 5 minis on gold, obviously I would have to have like a 6-figure account for that. But go back to trading minis, go back to trading maybe 2 or 3 minis. So when I capture a move, I'm up like 3K, 4K or something like that. But I am willing to do it the slow and steady way because, I mean, even though I kind of like, I do hate this, man. I kind of hate that there are certain truths in this world. There are certain truths that I just don't like it, but it's definitely a truth. When you win too fast, it begins to lose its meaning and it begins to lose its purpose. And the mind is just wired for purpose. And if it doesn't have any, then it begins to drift. And usually what happens when the mind begins to drift, people find themselves being consumed by their addictions. You can constantly see this. I mean, we've spoken about this previously. If there's no noticeable growth that you can look at and immediately see, that's, at least for me personally, that's when I begin to self-sabotage. Like I'll destroy everything so I can start over, so I can see that growth again. So I'm willing to grow a small account into a bigger account and compound it over time. I'm willing to do that, but my ego it's just having a hard time accepting that because I can do better than that. Same way I'm trading with 5 micros, I can easily trade with 5 minis. Now, I mean, I may blow the account instantly, or I might get a big win and, I got a big drawdown. There's just a lot of the internal chatter is quieting down. I've already, like I said, over the weekend, I've just decided just to focus mostly on gold because it's the most consistent instrument out of silver, gold, and Nasdaq. It's the most consistent. It provides a lot of opportunities to make money. And I can trade it during Asia, so gold is where a majority of my focus should be. Silver is cool. I do enjoy trading silver. It's just that, there's only like 1 or 2 setups that happens overnight. And I try to trade all 3, and it's not like I can't. But last week, I missed. When I was focusing on silver, I was missing trades on gold. When I was trading gold, I was missing trades on silver and Nasdaq. It just seems like I was just missing trades, focusing on one, and I was focusing on the one that I guess didn't want to set up. So you know what? Just to alleviate all that, just gonna focus on just gold now. Yeah, the ego is a council member, so the ego has a say, and the ego has a committee of emotions that backs it up. And we all know that emotions supersede logic. So your ego will always most likely prevail. We don't want to kill our ego though. Our ego is there for a reason. I feel like our ego is, what people say is our ego is who we think we are. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why do you want to be an empty slate? I feel like when people say they kill their ego, you're just being submissive, you're being submissive. If you have no ego and no will, then somebody else, that means you're working for somebody else, or that leaves room for somebody else to fill you with their will. And I'll be damned if that's me. I'll be damned. So, and I do look at older men. I do look at how over time you can kind of see that will to fight, that will to conquer diminish over time. And I look at those men and I say, that is not going to be me. I don't ever want my fire to extinguish. Don't ever want that shit to extinguish. And then I got daughters too, so I don't even have the luxury to have my fire be extinguished. I don't have that luxury. That dad bod shit, no, that's not for me. So I don't like I've said before, like I've mentioned before, I don't think the ego is a bad thing, but it does get in the way. It can potentially get in the way of things. It can. I'm not gonna sit there and say that it's not. But my ego put me in a position to be able to lose money in the market without it being a financial disaster. So I'm not going to sit here. I guess I wouldn't be here at the dance without my ego. So I can't sit here and say that it's negative, but there has to be a compromise somewhere. There has to be a compromise. Yeah, that's definitely true. I agree with that, Alfred. I agree with that. I'm leaving this position on. Oh shit. Ooh. All right, let's see. Let's see if this thing's gonna fill me here, and let's see if it's gonna work out. Okay. All right, so we got filled, and I'm using the right area this time. I honestly can't believe I did that to myself. I can't believe I did that to myself. I don't know why I blinded myself from information that was literally in front of me. It was literally right there. And this is what happens when you get a good entry. You get just kind of pissed at myself, man. Can't believe I did that to myself. Okay. Um, like I seriously can't believe I did that to myself, man. My God. Mm. You take it easy too, Alfred. Um, Completely upset about that. Anyway, yeah. All right. Well, I definitely got to think about this. I'll think about it while I'm on the treadmill. Maybe cry about it a little bit. I'll think about this because, like I said, I've really missed some good trades today. Like I really missed some really great trades. I would have loved to have this happen. Not really paying attention to a lot of what was going on. Three 990. Okay, guys. That's gonna be it for me today. We'll see what happens. I mean, obviously, y'all see where my target is. Y'all see where my stop is. So this is gonna be the trade. I'm gonna leave this running, but I got to go because I'm out of time. But I do appreciate everybody that joined me this morning. Tough start of the week, but we will recover. I guess I was. We will recover. So we'll just move forward from there. But we will definitely come back later on tonight, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody.